Part 10 Walls and Bad Guys. Julia takes me out of her backpack and I settle onto the wide stone wall. It's my favorite place on the planet because it means I can see Ivan and Ruby. But I also kind of hate it. Walls will do that to you. Ivan, being Ivan, is a mellow kind of guy. Takes the good with the bad. Only gets angry when he really needs to. When I complain about the walls at the park, he says, walls keeps the animals in, but they also keep the bad guys out. Of course, gorillas don't have a whole lot of bad guys to deal with, elephants either, so humans step in to fill the void. Dogs, sometimes it feels like we have enemies galore. Everyone wants a piece of us. Humans treat us badly. Cars really have it in for us. When we get eaten by coyotes, which is kind of like having your cousin invite you over for dinner, then inform you you're the main course. Although I'd probably just be the appetizer. Anyways, after those 27 years stuck in a mall, Ivan is one of those glass half full kind of guy when it comes to the walls surrounding him. Glad to be with others of his own kind, cared for by smart and loving humans. I'm more of a water bowl of power half empty kind of guy. Every time I leave Ivan and Ruby, I am painfully aware that I can leave. Ivan's address is Gorilla World. Ruby's is Elephant Odyssey. And me? I guess my address is the same as Julia and George and Sarah's 1249 Hinman Avenue. I mean, of course it is. I've been living there a whole year now. It is. And yet, sometimes I still wake up at night and think, gotta find shelter, gotta find safety, gotta find somewhere to belong. Guess I don't want to get too comfortable. Gift. Once I'm in a spot, I don't have to do a thing because Ivan and Ruby always knows when I'm there. Gorillas and elephant have great schnauzes too. Also, I pride myself on staying extra fragrant. It's a gift. Ivan gets to me first. Bob! Knuckle walks up the hill. Knuckle runs actually, and he looks as glad to see me as I am to see him. It seems like I've known Ivan forever, and yet every single time I see him, I feel kind of odd. He's so powerful, so huge, like this magnificent silver mountain that just happens to be my best buddy. Hi, Ivan, Julia calls, waving. He cocks his head and makes a soft belch, which is gorilla for I'm happy. Maya calls out to Julia from the door to the gorilla's indoor space. Maya's a zoologist, which is a hoity toity way of saying she has a thing for animals. It was Maya and a lot of other good folks who helped get Ivan and the rest of the mall animals moved to better places. Julia unhooks my string and gives me a stern look. No funny business, you, she says. And then she kisses me on the head and stays out of sight. Ivan sidles up as close to the stone wall as he can get. I was worried you wouldn't come today, he says. Weather and all. Another hurricane, I say. It's freaking everybody out. Above me, magnolia branches sway, leaves rustle and shiver. Even the tree seems uneasy. What's the news? What's new? Ivan asks. He lies back on the grass and wriggle con- contently, scratching an itch, no doubt. Not much. Had a weird dream last night. I pause. You were in it, and me and Ruby and Stella too. Ivan gazes at the darkening sky. Stella? He says. Now, there was a great friend. Classiest elephant you'll ever hope to meet. The best, I agree. I miss the old gal. We fall silent. All good with you? I ask after a moment. No point in dwelling on sad stuff or bad dreams. Kiani's getting on my nerves a bit. Ivan, Ivan, do this. Ivan, do that. But she means well. Kiani is Ivan's lady friend. Girlfriend? I've never been sure what they call it in Gorilla. Kiani doesn't really approve of me. She thinks I'm a bad influence on Ivan. I like to think she's right. Ivan is 400 pounds of pure power, but Kiani is 400 times scarier. Trust me. I've seen her in a bad mood. I've also seen her teeth make mine look like toothpicks. Ivan and Kiani don't have kids, but there are a bunch of baby and juvenile gorillas hanging around. They call him Uncle Ivan, and he puts up with their antics. Ivan always been a good sport. If I had a gorilla toddler hanging off me, I'd be tempted to use my toothpick teeth. Marriage. Ivan and Kiani are a lot like George and Sarah, as far as I can tell. They grumble, they cuddle, they help each other, they tease each other. Sometimes it looks pretty nice. Still, in all, when I smell love, I almost always smell worry. Seems like they're tangled together so tightly they'll never unravel. There's a reason I avoid all that mushy stuff. One big difference I have noticed between the two couples, Ivan and Kilani, enjoy eating bugs off each other. George and Sarah, not so much. Tiny but tough. Ivan always seems like nothing scares him, not even Kilani, who scares the heck out of me. On the outside, I suppose that how I look too, tiny but tough. But inside, well, sometimes no matter how hard I try, I can't find that guy to save my life. It's like he's cowering in some corner of my heart. I hate it when that happens. I hate that I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy my friend thinks I am. The guy the guy the world expects. I keep waiting for things to go bad on me, worrying that my nice, tidy little dog life will blow up in my face. I think George is a worrier too. He'll get up in the middle of the night and head to the kitchen sometimes, his old slippers scuffing on the wooden floor. I always hear him, always join him. When he opens the fridge, the light spills out like maple syrup on a hot pancake. Wonderful scents drift my way. Leftover meatloaf, stinky cheese, expired yogurt, and someone might as well eat. And it seems like the dog is the safest bet. The smells ring around me, and yeah, my tongue starts hanging out, and I nudge George's PJ legs. You can't sleep either, huh? He'll say. Or maybe, I can't tell if you have insomnia or just a very acute sense of smell. Both, actually. I wait. He usually makes himself a PB&J with banana, which is good with me because the crust are where you really get the fun chew factor going. Now and then, after we eat, we sit on the back porch and George scratches my ears, especially my right ear. It's my favorite. I understand his worry. I think. George works so hard. His wife was really sick for a long time, and he loves his daughter so much. Sometimes when Julia climbs on the school bus, I watch George watching her. All the caring and concern is painful to smell, especially the brainy scent of the stray tear he'll flick aside with the back of his hand like sea spray. More than once, George and I have dozed off together. That's the best kind of snooze, if you ask me. Good, warm, safe in someone's arm, sleep.